Hi there. I want to introduce you all to Emory Lindsay. He's on the projects team here at MIS Solutions, but he's also on our cybersecurity team, which means he's super smart and knows a lot of stuff. So today we're going to talk about multi-factor authentication. Security experts such as Emory has forever preached that multi-factor authentication is one of the best ways to keep your online account safe. So let's start out by talking about what is multi-factor authentication and how does it work?
Right, Carol. So multi-factor authentication, or MFA for short, is simply whenever you utilize two or more what are known as factors to authenticate or verify that you are an individual trying to access a resource. A resource can be either a website or an application. There are different factors, but different types of factors as well. So three of the most common types of factors that you can use to authenticate are something an individual knows, something an individual has, or something an individual is. So let's get some examples of each one of those. So something an individual knows. Common example is a username and password. Something an individual has, common examples of that are smartphone, an email address, a phone number. Those are all examples of that. And then something an individual is, biometrics is a common example. In particular, Face ID or face recognition, retinal scan, thumbprint scanners, those are all examples of something an individual is. And so multi-factor authentication is simply using two or more of those types of factors to authenticate or log into a resource, whether that be a website, an application, so on and so forth.
All right, you were telling me at one point that we've heard from some people that they think that MFA is just too inconvenient. Is that really true?
Not really. Initially, signing up or registering for MFA was not the most seamless process, but as is the case, or it tends to be the case with technology, over time it evolves and becomes more seamless and more second nature. So when it comes to registering or signing up for MFA now, it's as simple as just scanning a QR code on an app. So if you're using something like Microsoft Authenticator, you'll open up the app, click a few buttons to add an account, and then it will present you with it'll open up your camera and present you with the square bars, and you just point it at the QR code and it registers it for you. Nowadays, apps will actually give you a quick tutorial on how to use the app too, so you're not completely going into it blind or have no clue how to use it. As far as actually using MFA, again, it's usually as simple as entering your username and password to a website, which you're used to anyway, and then it will send a push notification to your phone, and it will basically be a prompt that says either approve or deny, just to verify that, again, it is you that is logging in and not an attacker.